Hi, my name is Akela, and we are here in the Study Abroad office, and I'll be conducting study abroad student interviews. And here I have Maya, and then she can introduce herself and talk about her experience abroad. So, Maya, you can go ahead.
Hi, I'm Maya Kapuscinski. I recently went on the Japan travel course. We actually concluded about 2 weeks ago, I believe. I am a psychology and art education major, and I recently also graduated.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
That's amazing. So we're gonna get hop right into the questions, and then because I want to hear about this. Because also, fun fact, I also studied abroad in Japan. um, Spring 2025. So I was there at Kansai University in Osaka for the whole semester. So
Mhm.
I definitely, we're gonna geek out about Japan a little bit.
Absolutely, yes.
What made you apply for this travel course?
So it's a really funny story actually because I wasn't going to go to Japan. I didn't know that they had the travel course.
Mhm.
Originally, I wanted to spend the fall semester in Prague, but I kind of realized that I was able to finish stuff up sooner because the main reason I was going to do an extra semester was I needed an additional class, and I also needed an art elective. So since I needed two extra classes, I was just going to go do them abroad. But then I ended up fitting that other class in, and so it was just easier for me to do an additional course in the summer. And so instead, I was like, oh, I guess I'll just do an additional summer course or something. Um,
Mhm.
and then originally I was supposed to go to Greece because I saw that course. I was like, oh, I'll go to Greece. And then that course was filled up, and we were talking. I think it was me and Emma
Yeah.
at the study abroad office. We were talking and we're like, okay, what other courses could we do? And we were looking, and she came across this Japan travel course, and she's like, oh, Japan, do you think that's something you'd be interested in? And I was like, oh, absolutely, switch me over to that one immediately. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, please.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
great.
how we ended up getting there.
Yeah, no, that's I feel like that happens to a lot of students. It's like you're just kind of going through the options and this just like happens kind of randomly, right? And then it also fits in with your classes that you needed. And so you were able to get the art credit.
Hmm.
Was it
Yep.
like was it for like one of your art core requirements, or was it for like a you were able to get like an exception?
So I needed one more art elective because I had all of my core requirements fulfilled. And I was just getting like those additional, I think, four art electives that you need to get done. And I was checking under like what it counted for, and the study tour did count for an art elective, so it worked out perfectly.
Oh, that's amazing. And then, oh, I see. So as you know, you're getting ready to go on your trip, you got your suitcase, you're running around to the different stores, getting all your stuff ready. You're going out of Boston Logan. Did you guys take a bus there? Or did you drive with your family and you got dropped off at the gate?
So I drove with my family. Actually, it was my younger sister who drove me there. It
Oh,
was the
nice.
night of her prom too, so
Oh, wow.
it was actually so funny because I got the days mixed up because we had to like be there for a 5 a.m. flight. So I was taking it in context of 2 a.m. So I thought we were leaving a day earlier. And I'm like double checking because I'm like, wait, I think that doesn't make sense with the time. And so I'm looking up at my phone. I'm like, oh my God, this is supposed to be for tomorrow. And I like rushed over to my sister's room. I'm like, Camila, don't worry. Don't worry, we don't have to go today. And she's like, so you want me to drive after my prom to drive you to Logan Airport? I'm like, yeah, so
Please.
please.
Wow.
She was so nice about it though.
Okay, that's great. And then, so about the airport, you got like any story time? What happened? Is this your first time like flying and things like that, or?
So it wasn't my first time flying, but it was a few other people's first time flying. And so it was kind of funny because we were told in the initial like Zoom meeting with our professor, hey guys, you want to get there early, you know? So all of us are like, okay. 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. Our flight takes off at 5:45, mind you. So like this is 3 hours ahead. Like we're
Hmm.
prepared. And we get there. Like everyone gets there within the span to 2 to 2:30. The thing to take your suitcases did not open until at
Oh,
least 3:30.
yeah.
And we were kind of like standing there in line for about an hour just like, "Yep, this is fine. This
Just like
is fine."
waiting there, but like I'm also exhausted, and also the kiosks and the food places don't open that early. They open at like 8 a.m.
No.
So,
So
yeah,
luckily we did find a Dunkin' on the other side of security. That
yeah.
one opened like 45 minutes before our flight. So a lot of me and the other like girls went over to Dunkin'. We got our Dunkin'. We went back, and as we're heading back, we pass our professor, and he looks up and he's like, "Ah, good morning," and then takes a sip of his Starbucks cup, and we're like, "Morning, professor."
Yeah. Hopefully that those airport prices weren't too ridiculous. But
All of us had deals on our phone. We had the
okay,
mobile app.
yeah. Anything else that happened?
Um, Oh, it was actually funny that you mentioned that we were all sleep deprived because the energy was surprisingly up. Like
That's
throughout the
great.
first flight, the energy was up. Everyone was kind of just like vibing. And then the second flight came along and like everyone passed out on the second flight. Like that was the long 12-hour flight. No one except like me and like two other people because the flight was rough. A lot of people had to take like melatonin and stuff to
Yeah.
fall asleep and like get ready for the change in cycle because when you go to another country, there's going to be like issues with sleep and like your sleep cycle. And I just was not able to fall asleep that entire flight.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah. I was the same way. I was like, I wasn't sleeping, but I was just like zoned out.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. So, what is something, so while you got there, what is something that you saw, big or small, that just made your jaw drop?
I would have to say, so near the end of the trip, we went to Tokyo because we went to three places. We went to Kanazawa, Echizen, and Tokyo.
Hmm.
And the last day in Tokyo, like our last full day, we went on the Sky Tree.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
God. It was so cool. There were multiple levels to it, and we ended up
Hmm.
getting the pass that took us all the way to the top. So we got to see like Mount Fuji. We got to see all of these different
Oh,
areas in
wow.
Tokyo from so high up. But the best part was that I don't know how much you know about anime, but
Oh,
at
I
the
love anime.
great, do you know Blue Lock?
I do. The soccer one?
Yes. So I'm guessing it's because it was like the World Cup and like, Blue Lock had just like taken off popularity. The top level of the Sky Tree was completely Blue Lock themed.
Oh, wow.
There were exhibits, there were photo shoots, all me and like a group of people on the group because we had gone up first. We were all like freaking out, taking photos with the sets, taking photos of the Sky Tree because they went all out. They had
Yeah.
snacks, they had food, and then the Sky Tree itself had these murals on the wall just
Yeah.
covering the
I'd
entire
imagine.
side of it.
That's amazing. Yeah, one thing is that I know like Japan, like they're gonna make it a full like immersive experience. And then I'm like, it's like I
Absolutely.
have like look at this beautiful city, but also like here's like this amazing like popular anime, and then with the World Cup going on and stuff like that, just really like immersive. So that's amazing. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know what Blue Lock is, but I haven't started it. So that's definitely something I'll have to get into, especially while the World
Oh,
Cup is going on.
absolutely.
And then what story from this travel course will you be telling for years?
So, ooh, that's such a good one. I think the story that I will always be telling is just the entirety of the second day of Etchizen.
Mhm.
Because I I I cannot tell you how much that second day it Echizen was the smaller town we went to. So at this point we had gone to Kanazawa, which was kind of like a smaller city. And then we went to Echizen, which is like the town, and then we ended off with like the big city Tokyo. Um And so we were kind of expecting like a little lull in the trip because, you know, it's Etchison, it's a smaller town, not much around to do. But that second day, I remember we all woke up and, you know, we were all having breakfast, getting ready for the day, and we knew we were doing a ceramic studio. And so as we were kind of like heading over, the energy's like high, everyone's ready to get into ceramics. Half of us have never done a ceramics course or have barely done a ceramics course. The other half are ceramics majors. Like they know what they're doing. So
Oh wow, that's
there's
amazing.
it was such a mixed bag of people. We had bio majors, we had a computer science major. I'm psychology and art education. And then we have like all of these ceramics majors. And it was so funny because we ended up getting paired up, right? And like I
Mhm.
think a few of us were nervous because we've never done this before, right? This is our first look at a ceramics studio. Um, and so we're going about it, and it was so nice because everyone was like helping each other. We're like just talking about it. We're like trying to learn this new technique that they haven't heard of either. So they're still kind of like going into the deep end because they've never learned this technique before.
Yeah.
So all of us are learning the same thing that we don't really have a lot of prior knowledge on. And that first half of the session, because we had two halves of the session, because we had to leave the pots to dry first for
Yeah.
2 hours. So we're all heading back for lunch, you know, and it's so nice. We're all like eating together, we're having lunch together, we're like sharing food. And we had a bit of free time. And I remember me and my roommate went to the convenience store to like grab ice cream, grab some drinks before we go back to class, to the workshop. And I remember we were walking back and it kind of like hit me that this is what some other people would be doing on like their day-to-day life. Like this is what some people in Japan go out and do, you know? They walk from their
Yeah.
home, they walk with their friends, they go to their workshop or their classes. And it was just so wild because I got to experience something like that. And I feel like that energy, it kept up because after that second half, you know, we were joking, we were laughing, we were having fun. And afterwards, we had dinner and the professors, because we had another professor come in and like help out with the class, they
Yeah.
ended up having to go out for a meeting, I think. So we had to do dinner by ourselves. And it's like, you're leaving a bunch
Like
of college
making food?
completely by ourselves.
Wow. Wow.
It was wild. And so three of the girls in our group stepped up and they're like, don't worry, we got this first night of dinner. They made pasta. They made like 2 to 3 different pastas. We like grabbed drinks from the convenience store. So we were all like passing the drinks around, you know. We had like this really good apple juice. I don't
Oh,
know what it was, but we were like addicted to it. Everyone, like the day we
I'm
left,
trying to think.
we
If,
got
if
like
if you show me what it
3.
looked like, I'll probably know what it looks like.
Yeah, I can see if I can find a photo afterwards. But it was like this we got these big jugs of this apple juice and we were just like
Oh,
sharing it and we had like the big jugs of Coke and we were all like sitting down and talking about our favorite parts of the day and like how the class was going and how it
oh, that's
felt to like do
amazing.
ceramics. And again, me and my roommate decided to stay afterwards because we were doing like we were on kitchen duty, you know, like cleaning stuff. And it was just so nice because we like it was setting up a system with these other people that you're working with and everyone felt equal and like they were helping and it was such a great community feel to it.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I definitely like nowadays it just feels like community is so lost. So being able to like just have that experience as well as doing that like abroad and also like sometimes it's just like something new. Like, yeah, we're gonna go do ceramics and then we're gonna cook dinner and then we're gonna hang out and then we're gonna have a good time. Like, I feel like that's so cool. And like even though to some people like, oh, that's just like a chill day, but it's just so like heartfelt, It
Hmm.
really like that's amazing. And then, did you ever have a moment where you felt like you were a local? I know we all are like, yes, like this is my home. Like, actually, wait, I know this place. I went to this Lawson 3 times.
Oh, absolutely. That's actually how I felt in Echizen when we were there during the time where there was a festival, and so we were
Mhm.
there like the first and second days of the festival. And there was this it was just nice because you could go around, talk to people, like everyone was talking with each other, you know. But the best part of it was that there was this ceramic ring toss where there were ceramics laid out on the floor, and you had
Yeah.
rings and you would toss them. And so I, because I get really competitive when I'm good at something, I was really good at the ring toss. And so I got like super, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna have fun. I was like winning stuff for a few other people, you know?
Oh, that's
And I
cool.
remember I kept coming back, and the ladies at the table were like kept recognizing me. They're like, "Oh, back again." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And they're like, "Another or it was like 1,000 yen because that's what I
Yeah.
would usually do. I'd give them like an 1,000 yen, and then they give me 11 rings to toss. And I was like, yeah, yeah. And then every time I would like toss it and get something, like a bunch of people would go like, ooh, ah. And it was like,
Yeah.
it was so funny because everyone was just watching at one point.
Oh wow, that's so cool. And then was like the festivals, do you remember what it was called?
It was called like the Edges and Arts and Crafts Festival, I believe.
Oh,
It might
nice.
have been specifically Ceramic Festival. I don't think there was a specific name for it though.
Nice. Yeah, no, Japanese festivals are like literally so much fun and just like being outside and they have like the little stalls with like the little flap in the front and they selling like
Yes.
little food on sticks and stuff like that as well. I don't know if they
Oh
had a
my
little bit of
God.
that.
They had, I was so confused when I saw this. They had like a stick with a fish on it, and it was just
Yeah.
frying but in like this circular thing. And so
Hmm.
I was like, I was trying to figure out what it was, and the girl there, she was so nice. She's like, "D- do you want to buy one?" And I'm like, yes. And I think there was a difference between the male and the female, and I didn't know that. So she was trying to figure out if I wanted the male or female one, and we ended up having to use Google Translate because I was a little confused what was going on. And I was like, "Oh, I'll take the female one, you know?" And she's like, "Okay, 20 minutes." And I'm like, "Oh, sure, why not?" Because like it just didn't occur to me how this was working. Because usually,
Hmm.
if you're like at a festival or a carnival here in America, they have like the pre-made food that they just
Hmm.
hand out to you. But like I'm not sure if it was they were still setting up or if it was just it like it was in different like sectors, you know. But it took 20 minutes to make, and I'm like, oh, sounds good. I'll just come back, you know. And it was like it was kind of a shock because of the difference of like even something as small as like how people prepare their foods for something for like a festival.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's interesting. I would have been kind of like, oh, 20 minutes. But I mean, if it was good and obviously it's made with
Oh, it
care, made with
was.
love and was
Yeah.
tasty, it's like it's all worth it, you know?
It was
It's
also the
amazing.
start of the festival, so there wasn't any pressure to like, you know, like hurry it up, move around. I was still in that area like looking around at all of the fun ceramic stuff,
Yeah,
so
yeah, be patient, take your time and just kind of be immersed in the experience. And speaking
yeah.
of food, what was your favorite meal? Japan has a lot of Osaka is like the food like capital, connoisseur, and there's so many like dishes that we just don't have here or that we
Mhm.
like is so different. So what was your favorite meal?
So I don't know specifically what it was called, but it was a type of ramen at this
Hmm.
shop that we had in Kanazawa. It was the last day we were in Kanazawa. Um, and it was we got it at night, and I actually have the name of the place,
Okay, were they
because of
thicker noodles?
I don't think they were thicker.
Because if they're
They
bigger
weren't
noodles, then it's
soba.
udon, typically.
Yeah, they weren't like udon. I think it was like mm, it was a little thinner than udon.
Thinner? Oh, okay. Yeah, so like ramen, did you get like what was it? Like what did you get in it?
It was I don't it was like this I think it had chicken in it. And then it was
Chickens.
like there was this slightly spicy thing on the side that you could add in if you wanted. And
Mm-hmm.
then it had like the like leaves in it and it had like I think onion, carrots, and I don't remember what it's called. Like I think scallions? I think
Scallions,
it was
yeah, like yeah, those are
scallions.
green like green onion scallions. Yeah, no, those look pretty
Yes.
like most like normal like ramen ingredients. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad
And
that
I
you
think
liked
it was
it.
also it wasn't ham. It was like maybe it was ham. I
Or
don't
like
know.
some type
It's
of
like the
pork.
specific. Yes, it was pork. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Um, but the place was called Ippudo, so
Hmm,
Ippudo, and it was in
nice.
Kanazawa, and it was so good. The ramen was so good.
It's like when you finish a meal and you're just like, dang. Wait, can you like run that back? Wait, can you run that back so I can try
Oh,
this meal again?
absolutely.
Wow,
That
that's
was
amazing.
exactly how I.
Wow. And then another thing, if there's one thing you can bring back to Bridgewater from Japan, what would it be?
That's such a. I genuinely think it would be the like. I know we have vending machines on campus,
Yeah.
but the stuff from the vending machines was so good. Actually there's two things. One would be the vending machines and stuff because oh my god, they were everywhere and there was this green tea in them. And I
Mhm.
think you can find it somewhere in Boston in like Faneuil Hall, but it was the best green tea I think I have ever had in my life. So definitely like the green the tea, the peach drinks. They had so many peach drinks.
Oh,
So all of
wow.
like the vending machines and stuff absolutely would bring that to Bridgewater. Um but I would also bring the kind of a bit of the structure and like the architecture of the workshop that we went to in Etchison because they had these big wide open sliding doors and they were like they had windows and they were glass. So when the sun came in, it like lit up the studio. It was
Oh, nice.
gorgeous.
So like just like classrooms with like more like natural sunlight and things like that. Yeah.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
think that would just make everyone like feel so much better than like especially in the winter time. It's already so dark and
Absolutely.
stuff like that. Yeah, and then as someone again who's been to Japan, the vending machines are amazing. It's just even
Yes.
like even the way they work, it's like you gotta like you pick what you want and then it you can put in and it tells you how much money you have and how much money left that you need to put in the machine. And I'm just like, wait, that just makes so much sense. There's ice cream vending machines on there was ice cream vending machine in my campus like cafeteria area,
Oh yeah.
and yeah. So 100%, even same thing, just like vending machines also outside, you know,
Mhm.
because if the dining halls are closed or something, or if you're just walking around campus after an event, like why not just get a vending machine, like a snack, like duh.
Exactly.
And switch gears a little bit, but also, why do you think experiences like this matter to personal and academic growth?
So, my time at Bridgewater, I was part of the psychology peer mentoring program,
Mhm.
in the psych department. And one of the things we covered, because we did a lot of different stuff, we had a service learning course that was part of the program. And one of the things that the service learning course covered was experiential learning, like moments and ways to engage in like experiential learning. And what experiential learning is like you do stuff like experience based and learn from them. So think like internships, workshops, engaging in like programs, like being a peer mentor. Like all of that is experiential learning. And even this program, the study abroad program, is a part of experiential learning. And I think it's so important because not only does can you put it on like a resume, right? And talk about how this moment like changed your way of thinking and opened you up to new opportunities, but it can also give you a broader understanding of another culture. And putting it on your resume, it's a point of talking to, like if I
Yeah.
put on my resume, hey, I went to Japan, someone else might look at that and be like, okay, how does this apply to what you're doing here? And it gives you a moment to talk about your experiences there and what you really learned. And I don't just think it's good for academic growth. I think it does change your mindset and the way you think of things and the way you think of other countries and other people's culture and how other people live their lives. And I think it broadens your horizons in so many ways.
Oh, that's amazing. And yeah, I totally agree. It's just it's so impactful and it helps. I think it's just a great experience overall. And it's just yeah, I 110% agree. And then think about, this travel course that you went on, 2 weeks, you went to Japan, you were very far away. What moment will stay with you forever?
I think not only that moment in Echizen that we all kind of shared together, like I talked about, that entire day was just a standout moment. But I think one moment that also will stand out a lot is kind of that final day, um,
Hmm.
where we were all kind of just like sitting and eating dinner together, and it was our final night, and we were kind of talking about the highlights of the trip and just how what we learned, what our favorite parts were. We were talking about the stuff we were gonna miss and the stuff we were looking forward to going back home. And that entire trip back home also felt really connected because we all kind of, we were all missing the same thing because we were all leaving an area, but we were also going back to something else we had missed, which was, our home.
Yeah.
Because although we are gonna miss Japan, and I definitely do miss it, there was also that sense of like missing home and realizing like we gained all of this from Japan, but there's also stuff we have back here at home that we can miss and that we can look forward to engaging in when we get back.
Hmm. That's amazing. And then also, has this experience changed how you see your future career or studies?
Absolutely. It actually has influenced me to apply for a tutoring position abroad in
Nice.
Japan. I want to go back. I really love Japan and everything about it. And it has made me realize that in the future I do want to be able to do stuff like this, whether it's in a career sense where maybe I become a professor and I take students on these types of trips, or maybe I just
Yeah.
want to be able to go abroad and do stuff abroad for a bit, or even if it's just this, if I do end up getting this tutoring position and all I do is this tutoring position, I wouldn't mind that at all.
That's amazing. Yeah, and just yeah, no, it takes one trip. One trip and you're like, "Wait, never mind, let's switch this whole thing up." Right.
Absolutely.
And yeah, um any other stories, any other little moments that were just like funny, something interesting? If you also want to talk about maybe the process of like little things of
Mhm.
anything, kind of between like getting there, as you were there and then coming back, like, any other final
Yeah.
thoughts?
I will say another standout moment was me and a few other girls got tattoos. And it
Oh,
was
wow.
really funny because me and this one girl on the trip, because there were four of us who got tattoos. Two of the girls ended up going together to a different studio because we didn't make any reservations or appointments, so we're
Okay.
like, might be a bit better if we split up. So those two went to a different area that they were looking at, and me and this other girl went with one of the guys on the trip, right? And I feel so bad because we kind of dragged him around the entirety of this little section of Tokyo looking for a tattoo studio that was open and would take us. And so we were like running around trying to figure something out, and we saw this one place, and we gave it a call, and we're like, "Hi, is there any way you can fit us in today before like 5 p.m.?" And the woman, she was so sweet. She was like, "Yeah, I can take you guys at 2." And so we were like, "Okay, perfect. 2." And then we spend some time like eating, we talk about the trip, and then we get to the tattoo studio, and I could not for the life of me figure out what I wanted to get a tattoo of because it was my first tattoo, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, "Oh my God, do I actually want this? Like, what am I doing? I don't know." And my poor classmates had to like calm me down and be like, "Okay, let's simplify this a bit.
Yeah.
I got to a tattoo that I really liked, and I think it was all worth it, but I felt
Oh,
so bad.
yeah, just like just trying something new and it's just like nerve-wracking. Oh, that's not wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining me in this interview. Definitely um thank you for sharing your experience and as well as, being able to explain kind of all the things that you've learned about while you're in Japan and also a way how we can kind of help out any like last notes for any future students thinking about wanting to do a travel course.
Well, if you're thinking of doing a travel course, absolutely go for it. There is no better experience than traveling abroad with people, even if it's just for like a small summer course. It is so worth it. And if you're able to do the Gilman scholarship, I'd say apply for it, even if you don't get it, because I applied for it and I wasn't able to get it, but in that process, I was still able to get a scholarship from the study abroad office, and that helped me so much with funding my trip. Um, but also it's a really good experience to go through because not only does it further your writing skills with essays and like scholarships, it also just gives you the confidence to put yourself out there a bit more.
Yeah.
And it's also super easy. It's a really easy workshop. Everyone's so willing to work with you if you want to apply for it. And even if you don't get it, you still get that $500 from like the study abroad office. So if there's one thing I would say, apply for scholarships. Absolutely apply for all of the scholarships you can.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, thank you so much. We're gonna conclude the interview here.
Yeah.
And yes, all right.
Thank you for having me.